Have you ever thought about what happens after we die? It's a question that has puzzled humanity for centuries, and yet there is no clear answer. But today, we're going to explore what some of the world's leading scientists and experts have to say about life after death. Near-death experiences, or DEANs, are often cited as evidence of an afterlife. These experiences are reported by people who have come close to death, and they often involve a feeling of floating outside of one's own body, encountering deceased loved ones, and even traveling through a tunnel of light. While skeptics argue that DEANs are simply the result of a lack of oxygen to the brain, many people who have had these experiences believe that they offer proof of an afterlife. Consciousness is a fascinating area of study, and it's one that's closely tied to the question of what happens after we die. While some people believe that consciousness is simply a byproduct of brain activity, others argue that it's a fundamental aspect of the universe, much like gravity or electromagnetism. If consciousness is truly universal, it's possible that it could continue to exist after the physical body dies. Of course, many people find comfort in the idea of an afterlife simply because it provides a sense of continuity. When we lose someone we love, it can feel like we've been robbed of their presence forever. But the idea of an afterlife allows us to believe that their essence, their spirit, lives on in some form. It's a way of keeping them close to us even after they're gone. Many spiritual traditions have teachings about what happens after we die. For example, in Hinduism and Buddhism, it's believed that we are reborn after we die, and that our actions in this life will determine the quality of our next life. In Christianity, it's believed that our souls go to either heaven or hell, depending on whether we have accepted Jesus Christ as our Savior. These beliefs offer a sense of comfort and guidance to many people. For those who are facing the end of their lives, the question of what happens after death can be particularly pressing. Hospice care providers often help patients and their families explore these questions, offering spiritual and emotional support as well as physical care. It's natural for people to wonder about what happens after we die, but it's important to remember that there's no one right answer. Different people find comfort in different beliefs, and it's up to each individual to explore their own feelings and beliefs around death and the afterlife. The belief in an afterlife can be incredibly comforting for people who are grieving. It can help them feel like they're not completely alone, like their loved one is still with them in some way. It's not always about the scientific evidence or the logical argument. Sometimes it's just about finding a way to cope with loss. Ultimately, the question of what happens after we die is one that we may never be able to answer definitively, whether you believe in an afterlife or not. There's no denying the impact that our loved ones have on our lives. So cherish the time you have with them and hold on to memories that they leave behind. Thanks for watching. If you found this video thought-provoking, please share it with your friends and family. And remember, no matter what you believe about life after death, the most important thing is to live each day to the fullest.